has come to Middle-earth.
This is the work of Sauron.
Our armies cannot defeat him. Once the deceiver obtains a being's trust, he gains the ability to sculpt their very thoughts. You are wise.
Yeah, I got so bored with that. I just thought, let's put some dancing angels in there, make it more fun.
I'm still
Okay,
kind of.
we're on episode 6.
We are.
I've seen the trailer for episode 7. There's only 2 left. I think the last 2 episodes are basically a big battle. This is so reminiscent of The Acolyte, where I started off like sort of I'm going to be all positive and enthusiastic. And it's just wearing me down. I'm just not sure I can maintain. Yes, Jamalama is correct. The last part was more Tolkien.
Well, I did tell you, Lance. Well, I just came off open bar, and I'm still a little bit tipsy. But I was telling our mutual friend, Critical Drinker, that I watched. I'm trying to catch up on Rings of Power because of you. And I was like, Lance is he's really stringing our friendship. Like,
dude, come on now. You're the one who was committed.
This show is so horrible. God.
I'm trying to get another exciting video here, but I think this one might be too.
There you go, boys and girls.
Oh no, it's not. Okay.
Evan Williams, honey.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do we have to talk about this? I suppose we do.
It's like I made a joke last week. Drinker was like, "Hey, you want to come open bar? I'll come open bar. No problem." He's like, "Do you want to discuss Agatha?" I was like, Will, I've been this close to blocking you on Twitter. Everyone.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to watch Agatha. I don't know who the fuck Agatha is. Listen, I put a blanket ban on Marvel a long time ago. I don't watch any more Marvel. I don't watch any more DC.
Yeah.
Just not interested. I saw a bit of what's it? Oh, fucking hell, Wolverine and Deadpool. Saw like about half an hour of that, and it was kind of like, yeah, I can see what it's doing. It's kind of taking the piss out of the multiverse and saying how ridiculous it is. It's sending itself up. That's fine for half an hour. I do not need to watch the rest of this movie, and that was kind of it for me. Just so bored of superhero shit. I've actually got The Godfather Coppola Restoration on pause. That's one of the better things on Amazon, and it's the first time I've watched the Coppola Restoration Godfather, and my impression is that the wedding scene at the beginning, which I remember being way longer, I think it's been cut down a bit in the restoration.
Wow.
I need to get a list of changes and whatnot. Anyway, I suppose we talk about Rings of Power. Oh, wait, I've got another cool video. Wicked, right?
Yeah. Well, anybody I missed out in listening ratings that these still take time. And this past week, I returned to like actual work. So when you're working 7 to 4, then open bar pops on, then Lance pops on, then tonight Gooch is doing Terminator. Like a man's got to sleep. So I apologize that
when did Gooch do Terminator?
Tonight, actually, right after you. I'm doing 3 streams in a row.
I've got to be on that, man. Exactly. I'm going to hassle him.
Yeah. So on top of, I work 10 hours today. I'm doing 3 streams in a row. I'm going to bed. I'm going back to work in 10 hours tomorrow. These stills take time. So if my Rings of Power my streams aren't up to date, guys, I apologize. But like when you're working 60 hours a week and you're up at 5 o'clock in the morning, like it says that. Look at the bags in my eyes.
Okay, hang on. I'm hassling Gooch now for that.
It's actually, and I unfortunately, because Drinker, gets busy and stuff. Our friend Jay Gooch Balco Souls, he did a very long interview last night with Bo DeMeo, and Bo DeMeo was the lead head writer for X-Men 97 before Disney stabbed him in the back. It's a very fantastic interview. I hope he gets 10,000 views, much like you, Lance.
I haven't seen that. I saw him do a panel the other night. I popped
Yeah.
in the chat. That was a different one, right?
Yeah, it was a different one for Tuesday. So Tuesday he did Invincible. Last night was Bo DeMeo, and Bo DeMeo is a fantastic dude. And just what Disney did to him was uncalled for. So I'm hoping that our buddy gets more views. So
right.
But yeah, so to apologize when you have to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning and work until 4 p.m. and then hopping on to Lance and Drinker and Gooch, like I'm busy.
Apparently has got a lot of abuse in the chat from
Really?
And I didn't see it. I must have missed it all.
Well, I would say, heels versus babyface. As for me, for my money, he was very respectful. He was funny. We had a good time off camera.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there.
Also, Fringy was very. First time meeting Fringy was awesome. Of course, Drinker Muller always make me laugh. Like for my money, I had some drinks, but like, that was the most fun besides you, Lance, where I was just laughing for 2 hours straight. I had a fantastic time. So big shout out to Az and Fringy. These guys were gentlemen. I had no problem with them.
Good.
Yeah.
Az was also, I noticed Az was looking a lot healthier. He was looking a lot better.
No, I congratulate him because what Lance, it's what's funny is the past week, man, doing Uber and doing panels with you, I've been standing on my feet for 10 hours. The past 2 days, the blisters on my feet, man, I've been standing straight for 10 hours, and like the transition to like standing up, and just doing stuff on your feet, man.
Dude, I'm going to 2 raves in a row on Saturday. One from 2 until 8, and then the next one from 9 until 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
So it's a long day. Okay, so episode 6.
Oh God.
Donuts of Power. Where is he? Is the title of the episode. Stuff happens. Yeah, that's it. Let's move on. What you got coming up?
Well, there's stuff coming up.
It's just okay.
I was busting Drinker's balls in chat. Like Drinker, he wanted to kill a good 20 minutes discussing anything but Agatha. I said, Drinker, at some point, this was your idea, just like Lance. Lance keeps dragging me on to this bullshit Rings of Power show.
Well, you can blame it on him. So, where is he? Indeed.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Where's all of us?
Let's just talk through some things. So, the stuff I quite liked was the dwarf storyline. I do quite like that. Quite like the Dwarf King. And I think the dwarf actors are all pretty good, but then they did that stupid thing with the bats where she sings and all the bats come out, and I'm like, these are dwarves, they live in caves, no dwarf is going to be scared of a bat. Elves maybe, maybe, or humans.
Super chat, Lance.
Oh, is there a super chat?
Thank you, Lord Toxic.
Lord Toxic says, Lance, can you play that dancing clip again? Yeah, of course I can, man. Let me whack that back on. Yeah, and that looks like I was in some sort of strip club, but that's actually at a rave.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Thank you, Lord Toxic. Honestly, appreciate it.
Listen, buddy, thanks for the $5.
Seriously, man, it means a lot to us.
Yeah. So you're putting the others in chat to shame. Daxinar, hail. Hey, how's it going, buddy?
As I told people, it was not planned. I checked my feeds and I let like 5 hours. Hey, Critical Drinker's like, hey, do you want to come on? I'm like, you give me no notice, dude. He surprised me last second. That wasn't planned out.
Yeah. Hey, what can I say? I didn't even know if I was going to do this today, and then I forgot to watch it, and then I saw you on Open Bar, and I was thinking, oh shit, we normally do Rings of Power. I better watch it.
Usually I tell my friends about Open Bar, but I say he hit me up last second. I guess somebody had a cancellation last second, which I'm happy. I said, but he's like, hey, you want to come on? I'm like, sure, buddy. Watch Agatha. I'm like, I'm at work. Like, oh fuck.
Okay, so I'm I'm going to give you guys a reverse POV of. Sorry, we will talk about Rings of Power a little bit. I'm not guaranteeing we'll talk about it much.
Yeah.
But I'm just. This is more interesting. Let's be honest. This is a reverse POV of from the stage where that lady was. Who's that guy with the shades on in the middle there? What's going on? So pretty cool. Pretty cool. I've got an even better picture than that. Hang on. So there's a proper good one of me, like right at the front. Here we go. When this thing was in full swing, and I should just do like a rave report, shouldn't I? Really. So this, trust me, this was better than Rings of Power. Right, there I am. So can you see me at the front in the middle? Look. We'll just. Oh, I can't move it. Can I? Oh, there you go. There I am. So pretty cool. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, that was a good time. That was a much better time than watching Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. Hi, Eraserhead. How are you? So this is the scene. This is the scene in the castle where the humans rise up.
Well,
and prepare to defend.
Yeah.
Sure.
Are
you going for your rave look now?
Numenor, yeah, and of course, Galadriel's still pissed off at R&R.
So
yeah.
All right. There's the storyline with the dwarves. Some of the stuff in the storyline with the dwarves was okay, but then they kind of fucked it with the bats. All right. That's the end. That's the end of the dwarf thing. Oh, and of course, Sauron uses his teleport device to bomb about Middle Earth again. Not expect. Now, I'll buy into the fact that he can travel. I'll buy into the fact that he can. If the script was good, I would overlook that. But as they're just going, well, we're not going to explain it. He's Sauron, so he can obviously teleport.
Sure.
So, yeah. And then, yeah, she had that line: "You can love me later."
Don't ask questions.
Yeah, don't ask questions.
Consume products.
So, so that was that storyline. The storyline with the guy making the rings, I was just bollocks because I don't buy the fact that Sauron can create. He's so powerful that he can create a massive illusion that can fool one of the most powerful elves in the kingdom into walking into a courtyard and seeing nothing but peaceful scenes when actual carnage is going on all around him. Now, I might buy that if the rest of the script weren't shite, but just don't buy it. And the whole thing with the smithies all get sent away and all of that, and none of them are going, maybe this guy's a bit dodgy, I just don't buy it. I don't buy any of that storyline. The actor's fine, but I just don't buy it. So that storyline, and now now that's all being attacked. The massive orc army has appeared. Let's talk about the massive orc army. Could you see the massive orc army? Because I couldn't fucking see it.
Nobody could see the massive orc army, Lance. I have my computer at maximum brightness, and I couldn't see the fucking army.
I get that it's nighttime and they move faster at night or whatever, Uruks and all of that, but it just was like I can't see it. I mean, they did stuff like moonlight and things with the two towers where you could see the army. It just all felt a bit naff. So that all could have been a lot more, exciting if I could have seen everything properly.
I'm trying to find it.
We cut back to the stores, and the nothing character number one has a big chat with my friend Tanya Moody, who's playing the Queen of the Stores. I forget her character.
Yeah, this is at the 48-minute mark and 37 seconds. That's when you could see the massive orc army, which is a bunch of torches.
Right.
It's just torches. Oh my god.
Well, torches and there's some kind of siege gear and stuff, but you can't really see it properly.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. It's just
so then so we had those storylines converge. Sam Hazeldine is fine. There was this whole thing about how Galadriel tried to get him to free her, and he said no. I was glad that they made that decision. If he'd said, "Yeah, you can go now. You know, it's fine. You've killed a load of my guys, but you can go." I would have said, "Oh, fuck off! This is nonsense." He's keeping her as a potential useful hostage. I'll buy that. And we've got Norrie, Brandyfoot, and Poppy Proudfellow. She spends some time chatting to the Store Queen. She spends some time chatting to her romantic interest. None of that stuff is interesting. I just don't buy their characters. I'm sorry, just I'm not interested in their characters. I'm not invested in their characters.
I like what Drinker said. You know, Drinker is like what every episode lands. They keep taking like acorns out of her hair. They're trying to like sex her up, where she's not as like weird looking.
Yeah, what's up with that? And I mean, also they've sort of cast the oddest looking guy that they can to be her romantic interest for Megan Richards, and I just don't buy it. It all just feels really forced and naff.
It's like,
yeah,
I made a joke of like polishing a turd. I'm sorry. I'm not saying the actress is bad, but you know, it's just like the way.
Was there a scene with some defector orcs in this episode? I don't remember that.
Well, she's holding his hand. She's kissing the other outcast. It's okay.
So, by the way, this guy who plays Marmadas, Peter Landy, I've directed him in a play. So he was in my play Jericho's Walls Are Falling. I think that was on stage in the year 2000. Great actor, lovely, deep, growling voice.
Yeah.
Really nice man, very talented. And yeah, Tanya Moody should be on this cast list because she was in the episode. Or is it episode 7? Am I looking at the wrong one?
We're at episode 6 right now.
No, yeah, right. This is episode 6. Where is he? Yeah, where is he? Indeed, that's an aptly named title.
It's almost over.
I can't find anything.
Oh, God.
The storyline with Numenor and the Queen volunteering to sacrifice herself to the sea beast and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
All of that could have. Oh, there's Tanya. Could have actually been. All of that stuff was fine, but if the building blocks to it had meant something, I would have been really into it. But I'm just not. I don't care. I don't care about any of those people.
Yeah.
I'm just not invested in any of them. Again, and I'm going to keep saying that phrase. I'm not invested. Then we had not Gandalf and Bombadil says, "Here you go. Here's a load of sticks. Here's a dead forest. You've got to go and find your staff. But there's so many. How do I choose?" And that I don't know. That's supposed to be exciting. It just wasn't really.
It's okay. Take your time. You got plenty of time. Time's not a factor.
And but I want to help my friends. Well, who's to say if you're the one who can make them live or choose if they die or whatever that line was?
Yeah,
I think that line was maybe in the movie.
Yeah, they're starting to slowly pick apart dialogue from the film where it's like, you know, you shall not pass and, you know, the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I think it was on Open Bar as and a couple of you other guys were coming out with like Mola came up with a couple of cracking lines like
my precious.
Yeah, they might say this. Yeah, who did the Gollum impression? That was pretty good.
Hobbitses.
Yeah, was that you?
We all kind of took a turn doing it. Everyone can do a Smeagol.
Well, I just
That's Hobbit so polite.
This show is just a colossal disappointment. There was a scene with maybe the defector orcs must be the 3 orcs he kills at the beginning. They're like running away. So he kills them at the beginning. I'm guessing they're the defector orcs, but again, don't really care. Martin Muses is here. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Stitch, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah, we're not watching Gandalf and Tom Bombadil. I was like, let's somewhere else we plan to be. But well, Nori's gonna die. Don't worry about it. She's safe. What?
By the way, everyone, I am 100. I think I'm about 136 subscribers away from
Stitch
4K. Yeah, about 136 away from. You must have got a few subs tonight.
I'll find out tomorrow. I'm too drunk to find.
You know what was annoying was actually Drinker forgot to put all the links for everybody his blurb, so I didn't have that ready available copy and paste thing to.
As you know, Lance, I've always told everybody, hey, listen, I wouldn't care if Lance or Drinker had 1 sub or 5 billion subs.
No.
I love hanging out with my friends.
Dude, I'm the same. Oh, I've got 127.
Yeah.
Is that right? Hang on, 7. No, I've got 137 to go.
Nice.
Shit, I think I just lost 3.
Well, it's bots and stuff. It's how it goes. But
Yeah.
like last week, our friend Nadia and Vex, we talked about the new James McAvoy film. I love the fact that Nadia has like 400. I hope Nadia hits 1,000 soon. I'm supporting that, and like, yeah, I want my friends to do well. And the Drinker, I've seen Drinker hop onto a podcast and YouTube. Guys have like 5 subs, and Drinker hops on their podcast. The guy's at 2 million. The fact that he does that shows that integrity.
Oh
of
no,
this
yeah,
guy.
no, I know. I've
Yeah.
said the same thing. Yo, Gooch, where's my link for Terminator?
Yeah,
I'm coming on. So send me the link for Terminator.
Well, and I told him offline as well, Lance. Like, I'm very proud of the fact that you have this interview come up with Gillian Hurd, my kid. You know, I'm so looking forward to listening to that.
So I've got to do that on Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Gooch is doing Terminator tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
2 hours.
Yeah, right. So Blue Collar said you specifically reserved a space for me, so I'm coming. So yes, so Gail wants to do that interview on this is next week. This is next Wednesday. So
coming up, man.
But she wants to do it on Zoom.
Okay.
And I don't even have a Zoom account anymore.
Make one.
Well, I'm going to have to do that. But it's so annoying because I can't do all the stuff that I can do on StreamYard. It hasn't got quite as many bells and whistles.
Okay.
So
there it goes, man.
So the link that's up for that interview is going to be different.
Yeah.
And I won't be able to do chats and all of that. It's not gonna be what I wanted it to be. But hey, listen, I'm getting on. She's up for it.
Yeah.
So.
You know, I've always said it, bro. Like, I hope that you at 10K, our buddy Gooch is hitting almost 15,000. I'm hoping by Christmas. I'm hoping Gooch hits 20K. Gooch is he had Bo DeMeo on. He is fucking just grinding.
Yeah. I think X-Men 97, I'm pretty sure, was the one that my friend Jason Fleming was in. No, was that X-Men First Class or
I mean, well, Jay's been doing 97, but said he's been doing Invincible. He had Bo DeMeo on last night. Bo DeMeo, who Disney screwed over, but you know. So,
yeah, so I haven't seen the interview yet. What's the should we continue talking about Rings of Power first?
Just want to say, Diabolical Soul's talking about Bo DeMeo is more interesting than Rings of Power.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hang on a minute. We've got that video clip for Gooch, haven't we? So here you go, Gooch. This is just for you. That was a fun rave.
When people see replay, like, you guys talk about Rings of Power, I'm like, no, trust me. Gooch is more interesting than Rings of Power.
I know. I put that clip on. We've gone up to 14 people watching, so you know, I've got to keep it handy. Yeah, you can actually see some Gooch in one of those vids. So Stitch, yeah, I was at a rave the other day, and those are the videos I took from the front row. So yeah, I was at a rave, and are those dudes? No, they're not. They are female. Trust me on that.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny, Lance? When I asked the entire panel when we watched Agatha, I was, and of course, the actress Aubrey Plaza. I'm like, okay, I was channeling my inner Lance. I said, the entire panel, you watch Agatha. What's her character's name? And he said, it's just Aubrey Plaza. Much like Lance was. Lance would say, go ahead and watch like Rings of Power, right? Besides Galadriel, Elrond, these actors, name these characters' names. and nobody can. And they all agreed. We watched Game of Thrones, Lance. We watched House of Dragon. You knew. We watched Spartacus. You knew every character of Spartacus. You
Yeah,
knew. You watched fucking Rings of Power. You're like, besides Galadriel and like Elrond and like this dark elf, we just don't care, man. Like it's and not Gandalf. It's, God.
Yeah, I'm very kind of unfamiliar with most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I mean, okay, so yeah, I know Galadriel, the guy who makes the rings, is Celebrimbor or something
Yes,
like
which
that.
I know that because I actually played the Lord of the Rings, the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games, so I know that Celebrimbor is a big character in those video games.
We've got Tom Bombadil.
Which again, he's a big character because Peter Jackson couldn't use him because of licensing rights. That's why.
Hang on a sec.
Yeah.
We got not Gandalf.
Even Mauler said, he's like, I wonder if season 3 they'll finally see him the name Gandalf, but like Gary Nerdrotic would say, I don't know if legally they can say the name Gandalf because that's the problem with like this whole. It's like New Line Cinema owns Lord of the Rings, but then the Tolkien estate owns the rights to like the Silmarillion, and it's a very weird legal battle. I don't understand it fully.
Yeah, there's probably all kinds of stuff that we're not privy to. I could probably find out if I was asked due to the vast network of whisperers that I have in my.
Well, I know officially, like Tolkien's great grandson, he signed off on the rights for this, but then something with like Christopher Tolkien didn't sign off for the rights, but he signed off the rights to New Line Cinema for Peter Jackson. It's like there's so much like a legality, Lance. I don't fully get it. So
yeah, don't worry, Gooch. I've got another video coming for you in a second. It's just loading up. So all right. Talked about the dwarf storyline. Talked about Numenor. Well, don't really care about anyone in Numenor.
Now,
I do care about the dwarf characters. I will admit, I'm quite invested in the dwarf couple.
It's as you said, Lance. The actress playing Disa, she's not a bad actress. It's like
she's good. I like her.
I would debate. She's got shit material.
She's doing a good job with the material she's got. I'll be honest. And I think I like the relationship between her and her husband. The relationship between the son and the king is too on the nose. It's too. Oh, I've put a ring on. I'm evil now. I think if there weren't so many storylines and everything wasn't so truncated, that maybe there was 12 episodes instead of 9.
Yeah,
a lot of that could be developed over time. It could be a lot more subtle. There could be more going on. But instead we're getting drama caused by singing and bats, which is like, is that supposed to scare us? No, but these will. Bats come out. I wish those dwarves had turned around and said, "We're dwarves. We're not scared of bats."
Yeah. And now I'm not sure how. So dwarves sing. Okay, I can buy the fact that dwarves sing to stone. That's part of mythology of dwarves being in tune with nature and the earth. But now dwarves can summon bats.
Hang on. Where's I'm just gonna grab Gooch. There he is.
Ignore him.
No. I'm actually going to wrench him up.
Because Gooch gets me angry. He's best looking guy on the panel, so I need competition.
Best looking guy on the panel. Hey, I've just had a new haircut. So what other storylines were there? God.
I mean, it's Galadriel and Adar, and of course, it's so far, Lance, we are 6 episodes in.
Don't buy the Galadriel storyline.
It's like, so the main plot points is
not invested in her.
Yeah. So it's like so Galadriel and Adar is one plot point, and Disa the dwarf and her husband and the evil king now is a second plot point, and now the third plot point is Celebrimbor and not Sauron, but Sauron.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
I mean, there are some good actors in this who have basically pretty shite dialogue, no real character narrative. Sam Hazeldine as Adar, great actor, doing a good job with what he's got. Rory Kinnear, good actor, doing a good job with what he's got. Peter Mullen, same. Cynthia Addie Robinson, same. But I'm only invested really in Prince Durin and Princess Deezer. They're the only two characters in the show I care about at all. That's not to say I care about them massively.
Yeah,
they are. I am invested in their storyline, but the rest is just like, yeah, he's gone evil now because he's got a ring on. So, yeah,
it's the rings.
hang on a minute. Gooch has just private messaged me. He said, put another video on. Okay. If you look closely, Gooch, you can see some Gooch in that video. Yeah, dude, your request is mine command. That they are not dudes, I can promise you. I met them in person. So one of them is a bodybuilder though, so she is fucking ripped. She's like a Miss Universe up there with up there with Arnie. Yeah, she's proper ripped, and she's like 50, and she's like it's all muscle, you know.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
Death by Snoo Snoo. She's basically been a podium dancer, club promoter in Ibiza pretty much all of her life. So I'm trying to get her to come on the channel. So
yeah,
Gooch, we'll get you on as a co-host for that, seeing as you're making derogatory comments. Get you in there.
Lance has had some very exquisite co-hosts. We've seen him on his channel.
I have.
Yes.
I've had some amazing co-hosts.
Oh yeah.
Bench presses Gooch. Oh man. So okay. Well, Jesus Christ. Oh, there's no trees in this one, so the trees are not in this one.
I guess Lance, you could say maybe the only interesting part is not Gandalf and Tom Bombadil. I guess.
Yeah, I mean that there were some nice shots in this episode. There was some nice effects. But we say that every week, don't we?
Every week, Lance. When I had last week, I made stills. I made fucking like 30 stills that were just all wide shots. It's like, it doesn't mean it's a good storyline. Even Drinker said, like, for a show that cost between rights and licenses and production value, but like $1 billion for this show, Lance. Like, reportedly that this show cost like $200 million. Like,
yeah, I'd rather go to some more raves personally.
Look, drones, guys, you can go to Walmart and buy a $50 drone and make shots this good. With your 14-year-old kid can make drone shots this good. I'm sorry, that's how it is now. It doesn't cost $200 million.
I did like it when Galadriel turned around and demanded to be freed from Adar, and his reaction was this.
The pound can reach a level that will keep our exports competitive.
The lady has foolishly attempted to join the conversation with a wild and dangerous opinion of her own. What half-baked drivel. See how the men look at her with utter contempt.
Yeah, there we're going.
Well, Darth Player made a good question.
Pretty much was what he did in that.
Well, Darth Player said a good question. I mean, none of us know the exact numbers, but reportedly it was like 500 million to pay for the rights. That according to
really.
That, so I mean that's every report I read. It was $500 million just to pay for the rights for the Silmarillion, and so it's Amazon owns this, but they still don't own. New Line Cinema owns Lord of the Rings. I don't fully understand it, Lance. So maybe one day you could figure this shit out. But
yeah. Not sure. I'm gonna have a quick look. Actually, let me check on some.
Because everything
exclusive Nielsen sources.
Everything I've seen is they can't. This can't be tied in for legal reasons. They can't tie this into the Peter Jackson, technically Hobbit films and trilogy, because of New Line Cinema owns those rights, but then Amazon bought different rights, so I don't fully understand it.
The rights for Lord of the Rings, Amazon paid 250 million for the rights.
Okay.
Now I don't know if that's per season. If it's per season, then it's 500 to date. But let me just let me do a little bit more digging. Yeah, I think it was 250 million. Peter Jackson paid. No, that's what he got paid. Yeah. Peter Jackson got paid 180 million in total that was his cut of from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I'm not sure if that was his cut before or after the court case. Yeah, but yeah, 250 million was the fee for the rights. And then they spent 715 million in total on season 1. So I guess season 2 would be over $1 billion, wouldn't it? So by the time they got to season 1.
Yeah, I'm seeing it says, well, this coming from Finance Monthly said that season 1 of Rings of Power had a budget of 465 million, and season 2 has promised an even bigger budget of 700 million, factoring in the Tolkien's estate. So, how did this?
I mean, the show went massively over budget anyway because of the pandemic. Because don't forget, originally it was all going to shoot in New Zealand again, and they were literally booked, and heads of department had gone over and location scouts and all that.
Yeah.
So you're already that's a huge amount of wastage. That's a huge amount of wastage at the beginning.
Well, you are right, Lance. I'm seeing right now Google 5 different websites. So officially, okay. So according to them, this is Amazon buying just the rights alone was 250. So that's just buying the rights. So
Silmarillion.
Yeah.
That's very true. That is how you pronounce it. They waited for Christopher to die, as in Christopher Lee.
Yeah. Well,
he was a member of the Tolkien Trust, wasn't he?
So I guess so Christopher Tolkien was the grandson of Tolkien.
Tolkien,
yeah.
Sorry.
But then his son. But so it's like right now it's the great grandkids of Tolkien, because the grandkids were still holding on to the rights to this stuff. But then once they died, their kids. There's so much shit going on.
Their kids were okay. How much do you want to pay us? They were
exactly. Even drinkers, like if you are the great grandson of Tolkien, you're still doing pretty well financially. But again, people just like if my net worth is $1 billion, why can't I be worth $5 billion? People are just fucking greedy, man.
Yeah.
So,
I've been watching The Godfather. Coppola restoration for the first time. It's on Amazon. I've of course I own it on DVD. It's part of a DVD box set.
Yeah, so
it's better than Rings of Power.
So like Bush and Jay Goodwin said. So Christopher Tolkien was his son, and the grandsons sold the rights to Amazon. Okay,
right.
Yeah. Gotcha.
All right.
It's hard, man. It's the same shit with Marvel. People keep saying like Spider-Man No Way Home was a Disney film. No, because Marvel owns Spider-Man, but Sony owns the Spider-Man universe. But then Disney borrows Spider-Man off them, just like the Hulk. Universal still owns the Hulk, but they can put the Hulk in an Avenger film. But Hulk can't get a solo film without Marvel's permission, and it gives you a headache, man.
So yeah. I mean, we're just going to have to endure this thing, aren't we? There's 2 episodes left. The 2 episodes remaining, they're predominantly going to be a big battle.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, like, how is it? Okay, she's in the woods.
Yeah.
The only illumination is the flames and fires, like, whatever she's shot up in the air and all that nonsense. Now, but she's incredibly well lit, even from the front. Why can't the orcs be a little bit better looking, better lit? She's disappeared, so we didn't have her at all this episode. But she's a nothing character, really. So
Yeah.
I do like Sam Hazeldine in this role. I think he's doing a great job, but he's just not really given much to work with.
Yeah.
But he said he had a lot of fun. There's my friend Tanya Moody. So I look forward to talking to her about the show once the show has completed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it just had a good script, or if it just wasn't rushing everything, truncating everything.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, also with the racial mix of the characters, I could buy that Numenor, which is an island, which would have sailors coming from all over the world. So, of course, people would have affairs. You would have, kids of different ethnicities. You'd have a really mixed gene pool there. I'd buy that would be a place where we could have, loads of diversity on screen. But we've kind of got it everywhere, and it just sort of it just lacks a cohesive look. Because the elves are always fair and very pale. Well, this one's not. And then we've got the black elf already.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, these two characters, man. I mean, it would be great actually if they go up to Mordor and they accidentally fall in, and that's the end of their storyline. I'd be so.
That would be great.
It would be good, wouldn't it? I'd say that would be like, one of them falls in, they're kind of hanging on. The fat one goes, "Oh wait, I'll save you," and then they fall over. And
I'll give the show a 10 out of 10. The guys, I was wrong.
That episode literally would right up there. This guy, I'm just not invested in him. She is in it for like 5 minutes. I just can't stand her interpretation of Galadriel. What did she do? Go on some kind of like hippie retreat sabbatical and then come back all kind of holy and pious? That's the only thing that makes sense. This character is just like, again, a nothing character. Very unbelievable. I'm assuming this is the dwarf army.
Yeah,
must be.
Sure.
I'm sorry, not the dwarf army, the orc army, because these are the machines that we see in the dark.
Yeah.
What we see of them. I'm guessing this must be them coming out. Maybe
it's such a long discussion, Lance, because streaming versus movies and numbers and viewership, but like by all accounts that you see Disney and Amazon, the amount of viewers they're losing, you're like, is this a tax write-off? I don't what's the point? That these shows, they're not successes. They're the epitome of failures. Nobody, honestly, it's besides us and certain people on YouTube reviewing this stuff, the average Amazon customer is not watching this shit.
Well, funnily enough, and the only reason this didn't happen was because I forgot. But I was really tempted to like call you and say, "Look, have you watched it yet?" No. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to watch any more of it. I was going to put up a title card that said, "Yeah, we're not watching anymore." Wonder if it's probably a bit late to start a campaign to boycott the rest of the show. I mean, that's a bit mean. I don't want to be doing that, but because you can see that a lot of people have worked very hard in different departments on this show. Unfortunately, the people driving the ship just don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because this must be from next week. This will be the Orc Army on its claws, firing their many fiery things. But it's going to take them ages to get in there. There's one bridge. I guess they'll make some of their Normandy landing craft. But, they've still got to scale up the walls and all the rest of it.
It's like Lance, like Jay Goodwin just said. He's like, the show, like, there's even parts of the Acolyte, Lance, we covered that. We can make a supercut. And like Madam Web, they're laughably bad. But this show is so goddamn boring. Oh, my God.
It is boring.
It's so boring where I'm not sure if I can make a supercut of making this. Even Agatha, certain scenes were so stupid, I could objectively make fun of it. But this is just like, Lance, like, oh my God.
What did you think of this sea monster thing? I thought this would look kind of
like
half shark, half kraken.
Sure.
they filmed the shots of her doing this in a water tank in Pinewood, which I was quite surprised to learn. I figured they would have done a Sean Austin, put her in front of a blower, so all her hair's blowing up, and then you then just add some bubbles, and then you pretend they're underwater. But they, to their credit, they actually put her in a pool and with a harness on, and they actually made her float in the water for real. So when you see all her hair, so there's some good effort going on behind the scenes. It's just like,
what's like you, Lance, everybody watching. We've all seen films that were stupid, but they're laughably fun, and they're laughably bad, and just like this and like Acolyte and Agatha are just like I can't make fun of them. They're just so bad. They're not bad, laughably bad.
yeah, I just don't care about. Only people I care about in this show are the dwarf characters, and just like this guy I should be quite invested in, but I'm just not. I'm just not invested in him. We didn't get the right kind of scenes to hook us into these people. That's the problem. We barely got them with the dwarf characters. It's only because their storyline is a little bit more cohesive.
Like Jay, he's like, half these costumes, Rings of Power, though the community theater.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's a bit unfair. I think that look at the thread work that's gone into this.
Some of the costumes do look good. I will admit that.
I mean, I think that's unfair. I think the production design and the art direction on the show, for the most, I would say 90% of the time is pretty first class. I mean, okay, these guys have got basic sailors outfits. Clearly, we're not spending money on those, but that's okay. That's fine. I'd rather see these guys have the proper money spent on them. I mean, these guys look great. Got the horses with matching armor and stuff. I think, so I do like that. But, and generally these characters all have pretty cool outfits and so on. Okay, that one might be a bit community theatre. But generally, I think the art direction's pretty good in this show. Visual effects are pretty decent. Is this the city that's under attack? It is, isn't it? So I'm wondering how many bridges it's got.
Sure.
I mean, again, the geography of the battles is very important in a show, because that's where you understand where the stakes are and where the risks are. If you can't understand the geography of a battle is kind of meaningless. This is a very, very cool piece of makeup, though. And I like the way there's a dead bird on here, the beak and all of that.
So what's the interesting part of the episode?
Hey, check out these armored bazungas. There you go. Yeah. Into the West. I mean, a lot of these stills are from season 1. I'm just scrolling through, but I mean, these three sort of, whatever you want to call them, denizens of the Dark Wizard.
Got that Eminem females.
Yeah, they should have been really cool, but they weren't, and they just also weren't scary, and they were also just not very well acted.
I'm so terrified. Yeah,
just wasn't really. But okay, yeah, this episode,
it's
a 3 out of 10 for me. There were like 2 scenes that engaged me, and the rest of it I could not have given a toss, unfortunately. And I like to be positive.
We try.
I want this show to be good. I want a good Lord of the Rings show, and we're never going to get one now. Not in my lifetime.
I always said, Lance. Like none of us going. Even me with my Regal app, I'm gonna spend 2.5 hours of my free time. Mm-hmm. Nobody walks into a TV show or film wanting it to be bad.
Yeah,
that's it.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So this episode gets a 3 out of 10 from me.
I won't fight you with that, Lance. I go with you on that one.
Cool.
Guys.
Yeah. So on Sunday though, we've got a much more joyful time.
Which I will be on. I'm looking
You
forward to
are
this.
gonna be-
I
Okay.
was talking to my kid. He goes, Dad, of course, my kid's 17, and I was making stills. I make stills on Saturday, and man, I just cheap plug, Lance. Rewatching episode 1 of The Shield called The Pilot, like that's how you do a fucking pilot. I'm sorry, but like
So good.
I sat down. That one episode of The Shield is like that felt like
Sunday.
not in a bad way. That felt like a 4-hour film. There was like 19 subplots, and everything pays off. And
But yeah, but you can
That's what I'm
follow
saying.
it. You can follow it all.
No, 100%. Like it is.
And
I would debate episode 1 of The Shield is one of the best pilots I've ever seen. Like I was making stills, Lance, and the hardest part was not making stills every half a second. Like it's fantastic. Like certain shows have not aged well. The Shield episode 1, fucking chef's kiss, man. Oh my
the
god.
Shield is even better
I'm
than
looking.
I wrote. You know,
Yeah.
it gets better with age, and I think part of the reason
Yeah.
for that is that we're so
Yeah.
much of the content we get now is so safe and so
Yeah.
tech.
No, I
And
mean,
the Shield wasn't afraid to take risks. It wasn't afraid.
Yeah.
To
and
really
this,
noisy,
every
afraid.
actor, the dialogue, the scenes. I said I'll finish episode 2 on Saturday. But I rewatched episode 1 yesterday. I made stills, and I'm like, man, I was watching episode 1. I'm like, very few shows I look forward to, almost like Band of Brothers, watching a second time. The Shield, the pilot, is fucking. Oh my god, it's
Well,
fantastic.
I'll tell you what's going to be really difficult is how to pick
Mm.
your favorite character or favorite scene per ep. And but by the way, we're doing the first 3 episodes on Monday.
Oh,
On
so, okay.
Sunday.
So
Yeah, we're doing the first 3.
Well, Saturday I'll finish 2 and 3 then. So I just finished episode 1.
I've already watched up to episode 8 again.
But
Because
I purposely didn't binge the whole first season because I was tempted to, Lance.
yeah, I mean it's you know it's just an incredible it's an incredible show, absolutely incredible show, and I don't think, certainly in terms of story,
I mean, I
don't think it's got an equal.
I love hanging out with you, Lance, but like, I dread our Rings of Power videos. I'm looking forward though to the Sunday for the Shield. That's a difference.
The Shield is the Shield's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Because we're going to be talking about not only a show that we love, which will make a change from this, but not a change on my channel because we tend to mainly do that. But
yeah,
I just can't be bothered spending energy on stuff that we don't like. So I mean, if I've scheduled something and it's turning out not to be good, which is Rings of Power, that's not because I was hoping it wasn't going to be good. So this is the. Tell me if you can hear this. By the way, I might have shared this in the wrong window. Let me have a look. Hold on. Double check. By the way, yeah, we've stopped talking about Rings of Power now. So 3 out of 10.
What a great stream.
Yeah. So you hear that right?
To get the guy who killed me. They set me up. I still haven't made good on my promise.
Own the final act of The Shield.
I got a plan that'll give Lem
This is
the
episode.
justice he
This is
deserves.
season 7.
The complete 7th season.
I keep trying to do the right thing.
Dick,
So,
I'm never gonna forgive you.
and we're starting at season 1. So perhaps I shouldn't show that. But
Well, I said I won't make every stream, but when I'm on though, it's like I told my kid, he's born. He'll be 18 this year. I said, buddy, there's very few shows I put as highly, and at the entire every award they won.
The entire first season of The Shield.
Your turn to play.
yeah, I mean you've got to see it. It's just an unbelievable show. Your kid will love it.
Yo, Boosh, fuck off. I keep Boosh like I'm leaning left like I'm drunk.
You're moving so far to the left. You're gonna vote for Kamala soon.
I'm Matt Walsh.
Yeah. So yeah, we're doing The Shield on Sunday. First 3 episodes. Definitely all join us, guys. It's such a good show.
Well, Lance, unfortunately, Rings of Power, two more to go.
Darth Plato watched The Shield for the first time, and he binged all 7 seasons in like less
Wow.
than 2 weeks.
That is impressive. Holy shit.
He was so into it. Yeah,
That
I
is-
remember when I first showed it to my ex.
Yeah.
I think we started watching it in
Yeah.
might have been. Can't remember. No. We watched it way before that.
Yeah.
We watched The Shield together all the way through twice.
Yeah.
When I first got married, season 7 had just dropped on DVD, and I hadn't seen it yet because The Shield wasn't broadcasting on terrestrial in the UK anymore. I used to watch it like every Wednesday night at 10 o'clock or something. They did an episode every week, and that's how I saw the first 3 seasons, like one episode a week on terrestrial TV. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
And then
Remember kids? Yeah, Lance. That final season, the same thing. I had FX. FX was on my Tuesday slot every Tuesday. Man, I got some popcorn ready and a whole 2-liter soda and some alcohol, and I watched Vic Mackey until that final effing episode. Man,
you watched 7 seasons in 15 days.
Yeah.
I did 5 seasons of Sons of Anarchy. I think it was in about 11 days. Honestly, I was like, went to the video store, started renting them at 11, and like they opened at 11. I came back, watched the first one at 11:30 a.m. and then because I was renting the DVD
yeah,
seasonal box sets, right? And there were 4 episodes per disc, and
Yeah.
I was watching a minimum of 2 discs a day.
Yeah.
So I was like fucking rocking
Lance,
through.
I mean, to your audience. So between the years of 2009, 2012 was when I was away in state prison. But I can tell you firsthand. Okay, so Monday Night Football, 24. Jack Bauer. Jack Bauer's Monday nights. Fucking Sons of Anarchy was on Tuesdays, and Sopranos on Sundays. Guys in fucking prison, guards, inmates, didn't matter. Black, white, blood, crap. Jack Bauer, Tony Soprano, and fucking and Sons of Anarchy were the fucking 3 biggest shows in my prison. Every fucking dorm in the whole every TV room, every dude was always watching Sons of Anarchy and fucking Jack Bauer. So
yeah, at least you had a TV, man. Fucking hell. Or you had TV rec time. Yeah.
But it shows you, man, it doesn't matter. It's
my experience was not like that, dude. Nothing fucking like that.
It's just that's because now in 2024, like, even Drinker mentioned the whole with Matt Walsh, I'm a racist, and DEI and representation. Sons of Anarchy was a biker gang, man. It didn't matter in my prison. Didn't matter what affiliation you were, man. Everybody watched Sons of Anarchy. Everybody watched Jack Bauer. Everybody watched Tony Soprano. Didn't matter. It's like if you're Mexican, if you're Chinese, if you're black, white, everybody watched these iconic characters.
Yeah, dude, but you had a TV, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
yeah. No fucking TV where I was. Fucking, there was nothing. So
yeah,
yeah. Anyway, let's not go there.
Like what Toxic said, man. Episode 1, man. Good cop, bad cop. Left for the day. I trust me, Toxic. I got that still, man. He had the whiskey.
I mean, we'll get into it on Sunday, but it's they set up the dynamics of that station and all the characters in I think it's in the first 15-20 minutes.
Yeah,
you know who everyone is. You've got a sense of
100%
what they are, and the best sort of tension triangle in that environment is between Dutch Wagon Buck.
Yep. Claudette,
and Claudette, and Vic.
Mm-hmm.
It's between the 3 of them, and then on the and then revolving around them, you've got all the other characters.
I mean,
between Vic and the head guy.
I mean, it's like obviously like Michael Chiklis, Vic Mackey, for the Shield, Jax Teller, Charlie Hunnam for Sons of Anarchy, but like. The supporting cast is just as powerful as the main actor. You could say Ron Perlman, you could say Walton Goggins as Shane, CCH Pounder as Claudette. I mean, Bettino Martinez, as the captain. So yes, Michael Chiklis is the main character of the Shield, but the supporting cast is fucking badass, man. Come on.
Yeah, well, Walton Goggins. So this was the show that launched his career, really. And
Lance, I would debate Walton Goggins has had a better career than Michael Chiklis.
Yeah, I think I think that's because Goggins is younger than Chickless, slightly more.
Well, he's just got it. But Walton Goggins is just, come on. This guy went fucking from this to Justified. Then he's on friggin', he's been on so many different. He's on Sons of Anarchy. This guy was on.
Oh, he was Venus on Sons of Anarchy, right?
Yes, he was. Yep, he was the trans person. He was just recently on Fallout. Like, I love Michael Chiklis, but Walton Goggins, man, Walton Goggins is a beast. But he was fantastic and Justified. Him and Timothy Oliphant. Oh, Lance, I wish I had the time, man. Like me and Lord Talk would say, Justified is top tier.
Boosh, I don't know if we're friends on Twitter. I try not to follow too many people on Twitter. No, it was a third world country, Darth Plato, and it was a fucking nightmare. So yeah, I don't follow that many people on Twitter, but I mean, if you're a fellow YouTube collaborator, of course I will. But I just try not to, so my timeline doesn't get clogged up with too much crap. Shane did have a really good arc and then of course the actor that played Julian is in prison, probably for life. I don't think he's coming out anytime soon. Yeah, he shot his wife, didn't he?
All right, well, so we spend less time talking about Rings of Power, Lance.
So basically, half of this stream is a big advert for the Shield.
That's what I love. Open bar. Hey guys, Agatha Harkness. The first 45 minutes we talked about everything but Agatha Harkness.
I like it when Steve Billings comes in. He's the guy that gets all those vending machines in, and he's always kind of like running these little side scams to make money out of the department, which is no worries. I'm not talking about you, Bush, specifically. I just try not to follow too many people on Twitter, but I'm quite happy. Send me a link. I'm quite happy to
Bush a cool guy.
Yeah, it's like, let me have a quick look. So if I type in Big Bush into the search bar, I have a feeling all kinds of dodge stuff will come up.
Like a Bush McFadden.
Oh yeah, I got him. Boob.
Yep. Boob.
Something or other. there's a sleepy pooch. Oh, hang on. There's some good shots of tasty food here. I don't mind that so much. A lot of political stuff on your timeline, man. So I don't know. Don't do politics.
All right, let me head out, Lance. I'll take a quick half round for Gooch talking about Terminator. Something positive.
Yeah. So okay. So Booch is on. I followed you, Booch. Booch is on. Gooch, not Booch. Booch. Okay. Gooch is talking about Terminator in 1 hour.
Oh, tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm working. Our buddy Luke, Northern English Bastard. He's covering The Nice Guys with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling.
He's invited me. He's invited me onto that. I'll pop on if I can.
Yeah, I might hop on late, but yeah, it's like our buddy Luke. I hope Luke hits 1K. He's trying to get there. We love him, and he always says Inside Man. Inside Man, of course, we know Inside Man is just the guy's a fucking treasure. I love talking Inside Man.
Don't forget, you all owe me rental fees for having him on your channel.
Exactly. And there's Sunday the Shield.
So normally we'll play out with some titles, but I think this is going to be more entertaining. Yeah. So guys, we'll be back on Sunday at 8 o'clock with 3 episodes of The Shield. Yeah. I will not be on camera.
Oh God,
Sunday, because I will have been raving.
I should shave my head again for Big Mackie.
So anyway, on that note, we'll see you all again soon, and we're going to play you out with this. And we're still here, but we're going now. All right, see you later. Bye.